is I see that black people are often controlled opposition in whitewashed clubs that are historically for white people, like Freemasons and the Boule Society, what have you, not to mention college sororities and fraternities. I'm going to have to start to explain some things to people. First of all, the highest form of brain function is moral wisdom. When all white people, Jews, and LGBT people might come across this video, to pay careful attention and write down my points. The highest form of intelligence and evolution is wisdom, moral wisdom. So you cannot claim to be smarter than someone if you're not as morally wise. For example, if you were a Nazi scientist and you're making weapons for the Nazis, okay, and somebody else says, I'm not going to even go into that science in the first place because all you do in that science in this country is make weapons for the Nazis, okay, and that they don't see it as a logical pursuit. With some other considerations considered, right? Let's say it's as simple as that. The person who doesn't go into that science in the first place is smarter than the other person because they see the bigger picture and they did what is wise. It is too clever by half to become a scientist and have your inventions taken by a corrupt government for corrupt purposes. So we can't look at the masses of white inventors and scientists and say these guys were smarter than the moral person. In fact, do these people even have a day of the year? Is there an Einstein day, a Tesla perhaps? Maybe Niels Bohr, Isaac Newton, Leibniz, and anything? No, because it is acknowledged that moral wisdom is greater than scientific achievement. Even in a country that has a large and significant population that propounds the so-called supremacy, the intellectual supremacy, the intelligence-based supremacy of white people, Jews, and LGBT people. They even have intelligence agencies that are called intelligence agencies. Think about it. So immediately we can see that the highest form of intelligence has not been achieved by white people in America, where black people are only 13%. How come they're only 13% and the highest form of wisdom has been achieved by a black person? How can you then turn around and say you're smarter? That's like a kindergartner who invents, a new, kind of toy. Very basic Lego toy, saying that they've outperformed Einstein. They haven't. But it's even worse than that. That's like a 60-year-old man, okay, drawing a picture that looks like a kid drew it and saying that it proves that he's smarter than Einstein. It can't. It doesn't. And Einstein wasn't smarter than Martin Luther King because his pursuit was supporting white supremacy. And look at all the wars America has fought with scientific principles from people like Einstein and Einstein himself. How many people have been made to suffer? So don't let your stupid inbred nationalist sentiments confuse you. The highest form of intelligence in popular culture has been achieved by a black man in this country. And in reality, it has been achieved by me. Someone from an African, not even African American, African patriarchal line with my top martial arts challenge, which shows mind, body, soul, and spirit, which shows the highest form of moral wisdom, which is focused moral intensity and universal pinpointed moral precision. Even if nobody follows me. Sometimes when you're way more intelligent and wise than everyone else, nobody follows you. You have no idea how frustrating it is to be the son of two doctors, one a brain surgeon, and see inferior forms of life arguing that they're more intelligent while they walk despicable paths in the way of pitifulness